Hey everybody, I'm Ross here of the Hobbyist Den, and in this box, this heavy box, which I'm surprised is actually heavy, contains a game I wanted to get into years ago, but as of 3 weeks ago, I found out that 5 years ago they made a simplified version of it, which anyone can get into, which is great. So let's unbox it and find out what I picked up. Lo and behold, BattleTech with the Alpha Strike version of the game. And of course, doing research, I went ahead and picked up this hardcover back copy of the Commander's edition of the rules, which adds more fun play elements to it if you so wish. You could pay the PDF file for this, which is like half the price. However, I figured if anything, the cost of printer ink in Canada, you might as well spend the 50 to 60 bucks and get the book. There's appendixes in the back. Look at all these beautiful colors and artwork in here. Optional rules. Stuff like that, like aerospace. All this other cool stuff to add to the game. Hee. Yeah. Oh yeah, little sensory rules and all that stuff. All this other stuff. But we'll look into that later. We're going to focus on this box right here. I'm going to put this Amazon box. Is this our little fire tonight? Because it is damp out and my right injured knee is flaring up pretty bad. So let's get this plastic off. Like a pricing. I think I paid $168 for all these two items, and so far it seems to be worth the price. We got an $81 box set off of Amazon here. You'll probably find cheaper at other Canadian retailers, but anyway. Oh, look at this. Chaos Theory. A little novel. That's pretty cool. Here's the stars of the show. Wow. Oh yeah, look at all this cool plastic. I could see why Catalyst Games and PGI are working together. They got updated tabletop models. We got Alpha Strike cards. I guess these are their pilot ratings. There are other Alpha Strike cards. Got a card of battlefield support rules. Sorry. We got 2 dice. Oh, yeah, look at that, even a Timberwolf. Yeah, they're actually pretty detailed. And they're pre-posed and everything. I mean, it kind of takes the fun out of, like, posing your own models and stuff. Like, you can even see it as the glue. Don't know if that shows up in camera. Bring it up closer. Oh, yeah, I can see it now. See that little shiny line? Bit of glue there. Yeah. Pretty sure they tried their hardest. Went a little overkill. Wow. These are cool. So we've got some Intersphere mechs, we've got some Clan mechs. Now, is there enough mechs here, Clan mechs, to make a star? So we got 1, 2, 3. There's a Fire Moth. There's 4. Yep, and then there's 5. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Yeah, did enough to make a couple of lances. Might as well just take these all out for now. So we can do an example game later. What am I doing in this box over here? It's actually sturdy plastic for these too. And of course we have the primer. Explains more history and all that stuff. And then the quick start rules. Oh, look at all this terrain. Holy moly. That's a lot of terrain. Let's get this assembled. Well, that should be everything. The buildings were quite easy to assemble. Some of them a little sticky though, but even the trees. Now we do have a quick start rules. What about that after? But for now, I'm gonna clear some of this out of the way and get a game started up here, just to see how easy it is to learn into this. So yeah, stay tuned. I just wanted to show off this page here, which explains the unit cards, especially with this bit on the side at number 15. Basically, if you're doing like an era-specific games, it shows you the availability when they were available from that point forward, right? Which makes sense if you're trying to do like thematic games and whatnot. Something a lot of videos I saw online did not kind of cover. They kind of covered this bit up here, this bit here, and how this works, but didn't explain this. So that's handy. Now another thing I found in this book is they explain, creating your own buildings. They even mention 3D printing and even go to their website to download papercraft ones. That's very clever because even with the papercraft ones, you could get like foam card from your local like pharmaceutical store or dollar store and just put them on there and cut them to shape, right? That's fantastic. Even like a certain European that did some cereal box terrain, which turned out great. Similar concept, right? Because technically these buildings are about the same density as a cereal box. So, I mean, yeah, just, ideas. Don't mind the sizzling here in the background. Just getting some meat ready for work. But something I want to point out here, too, is like on these cards are not covered in the quick start rules and what these mean. I'm thinking this being like a target indicator, that's probably their skill rating. And then this is some kind of movement modifier. Let's go to 4 here. All right, and then we got a 3 here. I'm not sure what that means. Is it like their sprint point move? I'll have to go back and reread the book a little bit more, but yeah, I'll have to look into that. But without further ado, I set up a basic battle to test this all out on. So for this play test, the edge of this bottom piece of cardboard from where my red dice here is 2 inches, and I'm not counting this edge, I'm counting this edge here as 2 inches inward. And I set up a little bit of a terrain thingy here, kind of like a tournament style, I guess. Anywho, I've got these buildings combining into being like one building with an objective in the center. And for this play test, I figured, well, let's have them meet and greet and battle it out. But the real thing is I don't have any card sleeves, which I wish I had. To get sometime, excuse me. But for now, I'm using dice to represent their armor and structure. So right now we have, and I'll count these down too. We have a full 6 structure. We've got a full 4 structure, and then this guy has 7 points of armor. Let's take it over here so I can read the cards. There we go. So it's going to be a Warhammer versus Timberwolf battle as they move to secure this objective. I'm going to make it a 5-turn game. And when you use the dice the game comes with, of course. So basically, you start with your initiative roll. Hey, down you go. And of course, the Timberwolf has all these special rules, like even LRM 1, 1, and 2, which isn't covered on the quick sheet here. I'm not going to worry about that for now. We're not going to worry about the other stuff there. Ooh boy, that meat's starting really quick. Gotta love them cast iron stoves. What footy cat? So yeah, this will probably cover in the advanced book. So we're not going to worry about the special rules for now. We're just going to focus on the basics here just to get this thing going. So basically, I got to start a initiative phase. So clan side gets a 3. Inner sphere side gets a natural 12. So clan is definitely moving first. So let's see here. It's got a movement of up to 10 inches. With a skill of 2. So we're just going to march right up, do a normal ground move. Full 10 inches. Let's take a measure here. It wants to seize the objective. I'm just going to go from edge to edge. Oh, best I can. And now we alternate back to the inner sphere side. Inner sphere needs to protect this area. And so we have the Warhammer with a movement total of 8. We're going to move to intercept. Shooting phase. Going back to the Timberwolf. It can't see anything. Nor can the Warhammer. So there's nothing else going on. So it's time to roll the initiative again. Like step 1. So clans getting a 5. Inner sphere getting a 4. So the inner sphere will move first. Warhammer. We're going up 8 inches. The Timberwolf can move a full 10, but because we're going to go climb on top of this building for the purpose of this, the tonnage ain't going to come into effect. I should point that out. Just mentioned at the start of the game, including the woods. It's like a triangular pattern for whatever purpose. So let's see if I understand the movement right. So we're gonna, it's like, how tall is this? This building's 2 inches. So essentially, it's, what they say, for terrain, again, it's a +1. Movement cost per inch +1 to 4 inches. So it's got a total of 10. So it's going to be 3, 4, 5. At +2 to its total inches. So 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. Yep. So we can easily park up top. There we go. Yeah, because if I understand this right, basically it's 2 inches. So it's going to cost me 2 of my movement inches to get on top of the building, but still enough left over to get up there. Perfect. Now, combat phase. Alright, so basically we got 1-1 next here. We are going to, one moment. Okay, so let's see if I got this figured out right when it comes to the combat. So basically, they're going to shoot first, and then they're going to shoot second. So I got to use their TMM plus skill. So we have my cheat sheet here. Base target number, skill rating. So they have a skill rating of, let's see, skill rating of 2. I gotta determine the range 2 first, don't I? Alright, so clearly we are in this medium range bracket. We're over 6 inches. So I get 3 attacks at a plus, sorry, yeah, 3 damage at plus 2. So I got a skill of 3. I can't remember, the skill reduce the chance or improve? Okay, I think I understand now. So basically this is just the skills based target number, skill rating. So I have a skill rating of 3, right? 2, so I got a 3, got a 5. My skill of 3 plus 2, which is 5, and then I'm hitting in the range bracket 3, so I need 7s or more to land a hit. Natural 12s again, so that is 3 damage to the armor of the Timberwolf here. So 1, 2, 3, leaving it down to 4 armor points left. Now the Timberwolf, that's also a double hit of 12. Does that mean something? Does that mean a crit? See page 23 here. Okay, so natural 12. Got a 3. So the engine was hit. So essentially, what this does is every time I fire the weapons, I gain +1 heat at the end phase. So now I'm going to return fire. I have a pilot skill rating of 2, right? And then the Warhammer moved, which has a TMM of 1, so that's 3. Plus we were over 6 inches, which is 5. Really? Wow. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need 8s or more to hit this Warhammer. I got a 4 and nothing happened. Alright, so we continue and yeah, so he gains 1 heat. I need a dice for heat. I grabbed 2 yellow dice just to be on the safe side, so we have 1 point of heat on the Timberwolf and its structure. Do critical hits count towards structure damage? Alright, so back to initiative. We are on turn 3. So clanners get a 7, Inner Sphere gets a 6. Inner Sphere gets to move once more. I'm just gonna just gonna move value at 8. Oh, he was in woods. I forgot to apply. That's all right. We're just gonna stay in the woods. Stay in our woods bubble. Actually, it wasn't even in the woods because it's gonna come from base to base, so it's gonna move into cover. Doesn't say how much shooting out of woods, so and leave it in the book. So we'll just say it's into woods. Timberwolf is going to move closer. We want to destroy the Warhammer. So movements are done. Alrighty, Warhammer time. We did move into cover. Okay, so skill 3. We are definitely in the 6-inch range. So 3 plus 2 is 5. 5s are better. And we hit on an 8. That does 3 more points of armor damage to the Timberwolf. We're down to 1 armor point left. Yowza. Timberwolf is going to strike back. We have a skill of 2, plus 3, plus the woods. So I need 4s or better. We definitely land a hit. Double 5s. And that is 5 points of damage, so it no longer has any armor. Structure is hit. Yeah, no, there's nothing else going on right now. So back to, oh, I do gain a heat. We are now at heat 2 with the Timberwolf. We're at the start of turn 4. The action is ongoing. Clanners get 11. Inner Sphere get a 5. So I'm just going to move the Warhammer back a little further, but still staying within range to shoot medium range, because that should give us a distance. The Clan Mech is going to move there. That's over 1.5 inches. Studying its TMM. Now, Warhammer. We are shooting. So 3 plus 2 is 5. And we're over 6 inches, so it's 7s to hit. We got a 7. So 5, 6, 7. That's an armor point gone, and if I understand, the rest go. No, sorry, that's 3 damage, and we're down to 2 structure points on the Timberwolf. Now, if I recall, every time you hit structure, whoops. Where is it here? Is the attack damage remaining? Yes, proceed to question for the remaining damage. Okay, does the target mech have structure bubbles remaining? Yes, roll once on the determining critical hits table. See step 6. Roll for critical hits, page 23. The attack is finished. So you only get like 1 critical hit, regardless of how many structure points, according to that there. So we got a 7 movement MP hit. MP hit. I believe that is something related to the mech's ability to move has been damaged. The affected mech has its move, and TMM has rounding down. Each MP hit reduces the MV of the remaining 2 inches and add 1. Alright, so basically for the first hit, the Timberwolf now only has a movement of 5 and a TMM of 1. But now it's the Timberwolf's turn to fight back. And gain another heat point, because it really wants to blow up this Warhammer for shaming it. So, skill rating of 2, TM of 1, which is 3, plus 1 for the woods, which is 4, and then we're shooting a medium range, which is 6, is our better to hit. Well, clearly we got a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so we hit for 5 damage. Oh, the Warhammer is down to 1 point left. And it gets to roll on the critical table. 5. No critical hit. So unfortunately, the last bit of that video was corrupted. The game practice session that it was turned into a draw. And I had quite a bit of fun. I did a few more games after that off camera with one-on-one mechs, and then I tried a lance versus a point, or a lance versus 2 points, actually. That's the balancing point. And there's still some things I don't quite understand, but I'll reread them and figure it out from there. And if I have to, like, there's all these YouTube videos, right? And I'm pretty sure I can find someone explaining it better than the book was reading it, or vice versa. But the whole point is to have fun, and Catalyst Games delivered that on Alpha Strike. I wish I heard of this 5 years ago, actually. So, my overall, I'm quite happy. It's definitely a great box set to get into. In fact, if you want to have a bigger battle, buy 2 of them. That way you got terrain that's already ready to go, and you just got to assemble it, just a few folds and some extra trees. And then you have like a binary, and I think it was called a brigade formation with, or was it a company? Or a brigade, it'd be a company. Around there. So, anyway, folks, take care. Keep rolling them dice. And next month will be a model railway update. It's nothing huge, but I'm going to hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers, hopefully, test out my Y6B or the big boy on the layout. Give it a run around. See if there's any problems in the north side of the section where the crossover is and all that stuff with it too. Alright? Bye now.